just saw this today. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year, everyone. And hope you had a good Christmas. Now, I was quite disappointed with Kevin Hart when he initially said he's not going to apologise. This was before Christmas. And I thought, great, you're going to stand up to these bastards, these bullies. Because this is what the LGBT, whatever it is, are becoming. They're becoming very nasty, vile, satanic bullies. And something that was said 10 years ago, he's explained himself on several occasions. He's now apologised, and yet they don't want to let it go. And that's for a couple of reasons. The main one is that this continues to publicise the propaganda of the LGBT whatever community. It keeps their community high profile in the news. So they don't care what happens to someone from all this nonsense. Because Kevin is probably getting a huge amount of hate on Twitter if he watches it. I don't know. I've not used my Twitter account for months and months and months and months. Because he's obviously on Twitter quite a lot. He's one of those people who are hooked into Twitter. I'm not. I'd only use Twitter as purely as an advertising tool. If I had the money to advertise on Twitter, advertise on Facebook, that's it. Because it's a good way to drive traffic to your website. So we have here, Kevin Hart says he's done apologising for Oscar's controversy. I'm over it. Well done. I'm so happy that he's now standing up to it. He's had enough. He's had enough. He's apologised on numerous occasions. How much more can you do it? And the LGBT community are still not satisfied. They will only be satisfied if he bends over for them, and he ain't gonna do that. He's done. He's had it. So he's not gonna. No more energy is gonna come from him. Now, my personal view, I'm not a great fan of Kevin Hart. I personally don't think he's that funny. Really, seriously, don't think he's funny. People do. I don't think he's that funny. But it is what he is. He's there. I mean, he's quick-witted. He's fast-talking. I just don't think he's nowhere in the same class as Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. He's nowhere near there. These are the two kings. Seinfeld, the same thing. Seinfeld was a fantastic comedian. Fantastic. These are the three top. Billy Crystal, another guy, fantastic. He was fantastic. I haven't heard from Billy Crystal for quite a few years. And so here we have Kevin saying he's done apologising over his ongoing Oscars controversy. The comedian told Michael Strahan on Good Morning America on Wednesday that the matter would get no more energy from him. I'm over it. He dropped out of his Oscar hosting gig in December 2018 after past tweets in which he made homophobic statements resurfaced. An appearance by Hart on Ellen DeGeneres' show last week prompted some speculation he might return as host after all, though recent reports say the comedian is currently inclined not to do so. The interview on Wednesday appeared to confirm that Hart is determined to stop discussing the controversy altogether. Brilliant. Just nip it in the bud now. Don't mention it. If just anyone talks about it on Twitter, don't talk about it on Twitter. If you need to report those twats, report them, block them. But just don't deal with the subject no more. Plain and simple. Good Morning America anchor tried to get him to elaborate his past comments and apologies, but was met with a firm rebuttal from the comedian. I'm done with it. It gets no more energy from me. There's no more discussion about it. I'm over that. I'm over the matter. About today. The idiot continued to ask Hart how his beliefs have changed over time. And once again, Hart refused to discuss the matter further. So this, you get this wanker. He's trying to push him consistently, trying to still, cause controversy. But this guy's now, he knows his situation. He knows how he's going to deal with it, and he's done with it. I've explained how I've evolved, which makes me say I'm over it. I'm not saying how I've changed anymore. I'm not saying what I've done and what the new me is. I'm not giving no more explanations of who I am. I've done it several times. I've tweeted it. I've talked about it. I said it in my radio show. I just done. Well said. Well said. So when this wanker asked Hart how things. So when he asked how he okay, it's thing. When he asked Hart how he thinks LGBTQ youth might have been affected by his comments. Oh, fuck. Get over it. Move on. It's done. I'll tell you this now. The homosexual community, or the LGBTQ, or whatever you want to call it, if we are not careful, they will truly be the custodians of this society. And they will be writing the rules all the way through this society. We need to be careful. They will become judge and jury of all of society. Hart reiterated that he has addressed the issue and said anything that he could possibly say. You will not hear me saying anything else about it. Back when Hart announced he would be stepping down as Oscars host, he tweeted, I have made the choice to step down from hosting this year's Oscars. It's not worth the grief. It's not worth the nonsense. It's not worth the grief. This is because I do not want to be a distraction on a night that should be that should be celebrated by so many amazing, talented artists. I sincerely apologize to the whatever for my insensitive words from my past. What more can you say? It's not enough. It is unclear whether the Oscars, which are scheduled for the 24th of February, will have a host this year. DeGeneres previously urged the Academy to reinstate Hart, a move the Academy would have been open to return according to Deadline, but Hart reportedly decided against it because he felt his presence would constitute as a distraction. No, I think he should just be. No, he's done with it. He doesn't need to do it. He's a big enough star. So that's it. But I'm glad he's decided to underline it. Enough is enough. He's done. You can't. There's no need to apologise for this anymore. Because all they're doing is showing themselves to be nasty bullies. That idiot, Mr. Lemon. I saw a little bit. I seriously, I'm sorry, I cannot stand that guy. I really, really dislike him. I don't know who else do I? No, Mr. Don Lemon, the lemon head. He's someone I can't stand. He's a tosser. He's a really, really nasty character. A few years ago I was watching him because I didn't really know who he was, and I didn't think he was that great, commentator. But now I can't even watch him for more than 2 or 3 minutes, if that. And the only reason why I was watching was because of what he was saying, that he had reached out to Mr. Hart and said, "Give me a call and ring me and we can discuss." Blah 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 nonsense. He wanted Hart to be some form of leader for the LGBT community, so he wants basically to go around on bended knee begging for forgiveness from these twats, and he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He has his principles, and I'm very happy to see that. It's difficult for him in this day and age. The left, those on the left, are truly evil characters. They're really truly evil characters, those on the left. And yeah, so well done, Kevin. I'm happy you've you stood up for yourself properly now, and stuffed the Oscars. You don't need them. Thanks for listening.